Okay, so here's the big question. How do you tell whether or not somebody is a D, an I, an S, or a C? Well, you do that by paying attention, opening your eyes and ears. Watch what they do and listen to what and how they say what they're saying. And you're going to make two simple either-or decisions. Number one, is the person I'm dealing with exhibiting based on their verbal, vocal, visual behaviors? Are they exhibiting more guarded behavior or open behavior? And number two, are they exhibiting more direct or indirect behavior? Let's start with guarded behaviors. How do you tell whether or not somebody is projecting guarded behaviors? Well, they keep their feelings private. They tend to share information only on a need-to-know basis. They make most of their decisions based on facts, logic, data, documentation, evidence. They focus their conversation on the task at hand. In other words, they stay on the subject. They tend to come across a little bit more formal and proper. They stay with the agenda. They take time to get to know because they don't share a lot of their own personal feelings. So it does take a bit more time to get to know them in business or unfamiliar social situations. They're disciplined about how their time is used by others or even wasted by others. They prefer to work by themselves, independently. They do not like physical contact. They're not touchers or huggers. They have a limited range of facial expressions during speaking and listening. And they tend to shake hands more formally, less likely to give nonverbal feedback if it's given at all. Now, how can you tell whether or not somebody is exhibiting open behaviors? Well, they show and share their feelings and thoughts readily or willingly, whether you want to know them or not. They make most of their decisions based on feelings as opposed to facts. Their conversation includes a lot of digressions. In other words, they stray from the subject. It's been said about open people that their thoughts are like gumballs. They just fall to the tongue and roll out. They're relaxed and warm. They tend to go with the flow. They're very opinion and feeling oriented and easy to get to know in business or unfamiliar social situations because they open up, they talk to you. They're flexible about how their time is used by others. They prefer to work with others, and they initiate and accept physical contact. They tend to share, or at least enjoy listening to personal feelings and stories, especially if they're positive. And while they're talking, they have a lot more animated facial expressions during speaking and listening, and they show a lot of enthusiasm, in fact, more than the average person. And their handshakes are friendly. Sometimes they grasp your hand with both hands, or as they're shaking hands with you, they put one hand on your arm or around your back. They're very likely, much more likely, to give nonverbal feedback when they're dealing with you. Now, here's the question. Based on those descriptions of guarded behaviors and open behaviors, where are you? Do you feel that you are more guarded than open or more open than guarded? Well, now it's time for a workbook exercise. What I'd like you to do is open up your workbook, the DISC e-workbook, and go to the DISC exercise, openness in people you know, and complete that activity. And when you're done, come on back.